Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm an instructor in business communication. In today's session, we'll walk through with you and share useful tips to aid at the important stages of a job interview, prior to, during the actual interview, and post-interview. Congratulations! Your job searches and the applications that you have been sending out finally paid off. Your qualification, skills, and experience have impressed an employer who now wants to meet you in an interview. Firstly, before the interview, ensure you have all the correct details. Revise and review your resume. Make sure you are familiar with each section of your resume and be prepared to be asked questions on them. Revise or customize your resume to the position you will be interviewed for. Firstly, before the interview, ensure you have all the correct details. Revise and review your resume. Make sure you are familiar with each section of your resume and be prepared to be asked questions on them. Revise or customize your resume to the position you will be interviewed for. Fill your interview binder. Ensure you have all the original and photocopy of important certificates. Check how many interviewers will be there so that you could prepare enough copies of your resumes. Do researches on your company. For example, know what the company's products and services are. Who are their customers? What is their mission and value statement? What is their history or background? What makes them unique? Read it up before the interview. Know your contact or interviewer. If you have their names, look it up on LinkedIn. Prepare for your personal pitch. You can almost be certain to be asked, "So tell me about yourself" question. This question is a great opportunity for you to focus your answer to tell everything about yourself that matches with their needs. I would suggest that you use the 3 points ESP. E is for education. Talk about your education and why it is relevant and important to the job. S is for skills. Share 3 skills about yourself that you know that they are looking for. For example, I have strong customer service skills that I've developed through my 3 years of retail experience. And finally, finish off with sharing something that leaves a lasting impression. P is for personal. Sharing a favorite activity or what you do in your spare time will give the interviewer a chance to get to know you a bit better. So remember, ESP. Finally, get a good night's sleep. Be well rested and alert. Ensure you eat before your interview so you are energized. And finally, do not be late. If the interview is at a place that is unfamiliar to you, try to check out the location a day before to see how long it takes to travel, and be sure to plan to arrive at least 30 minutes earlier than your scheduled appointment so that you have time to calm down and get yourself familiarized with the surrounding. Now the big day itself, the actual interview. First impression counts. First impressions are very important in an interview. Do you smile? Do you make eye contact? Do you shake the employer's hand with confidence? Do you know that it takes less than 20 seconds to form an opinion in a first meeting? Dress for success. Dressing for an interview is a crucial part. Dress for success. Dressing for an interview is a crucial part of the interview process. Are you dressed like you mean business? So how do you do it? Think about what would be the normal business attire in the workplace. If the workplace is casual, You should be wearing business casual, which would mean khakis or casual pants, casual shirts and shoes. No sneakers or jeans unless it is specified by the company. For most professional environments, like banks or hotels, you would always be wearing a business suit and a tie. For women, either a skirt or pants would work. In addition to your clothes, make sure you are well groomed and have appropriate shoes. Do not wear strong or heavy perfumed or cologne to an interview. Behavioral questions. You can almost be certain to be asked behavioral questions at a job interview. These questions, which often begin with "tell me about a time when," or "give me an example." Now, why do interviewers like to ask such questions? That's because past behavior is a great indicator of future behavior. And employers want to know and anticipate your behavior in their workplace. How you answer these questions will demonstrate to them your skills and abilities and why you are the right match for them. You don't need to be nervous, as there's a strategy to this. Use the STAR method. First, start off by describing the situation. Then, explain the task. What was the problem you were trying to solve or the goal you need to achieve? You would tell the employer your actions. That's what you did. And finally, you will share the results and ensure that the example you choose to share has a positive result. It is always a good idea to practice using the STAR method for a variety of popular questions. Always try to match it with relevant competencies that the employer is looking for. Now let's talk about things to avoid during an interview. Now, do not be the first one to ask about salary or benefits, especially when you don't even have a job offer yet. Do some research so that you can give a competitive salary range if you do get asked about salary expectations for the position. Make sure that you do not share any negative or bad feelings or experience with the interviewer. Confidence is the key. Job interview is a stressful process, so interviewers do expect some nervousness from candidates. Employers look for confident candidates that are passionate and are sure of themselves being a good match for the job. Be prepared and practice. Practice going through the questions that are most relevant to the competencies that you. Be prepared and practice. Practice going through the questions that are most relevant to the competencies that you know the employer is looking for. Practice out loud. Practice with a friend. And once you are really prepared, try a mock interview with one of the instructors here. Closing. Now that we are almost at the final part of the interview, questions from you. This is your chance to demonstrate your interest in the position as well as for you to figure out whether this company is a good match for you too. If you don't ask questions, the employer might think you aren't interested in the position and don't really care. Make sure that you don't ask the obvious though. Don't ask about information that is readily available on their website. Some examples of questions that you could ask would be, when will they be making a decision? What does it take to be successful in this position? Or you could even ask the interviewer, what is his favorite part of the job in this company? Thank them for their time and consideration and how you enjoy the meeting. Ask the employer if you could have their business card. And remember to shake their hand. You will use the business card as soon as you get home to send them a thank you email. Post-interview. Follow up after the interview with a thank you note by email or post. This will certainly make a great impression, and it is also a good opportunity to communicate information which you might have left out during the interview, as well as for you to reinforce your interest in the position.